Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about who, what, where, or how El Rubio is, and its connection to the Cayo Perico heist that's going to be coming soon to Grand Theft Auto Online. So this is one of the first interesting things from the surveillance teaser that Rockstar put out about a week ago. When it came to the end of the trailer, it was zooming in on the body found on the beach, the briefcase. It focused on John Doe, which, by the way, that is not this individual's name. I've seen a little bit of confusion regarding this. So John Doe, which is for males, and Jane Doe for females, these are multi-use names that are used when the true name of a person is either unknown or is being intentionally concealed. This is usually in the context of law enforcement in the U.S., where such names are often referred to a corpse whose identity is unknown or unconfirmed. So it's not this individual's real name, just in case anyone needed some clarification on that. But regardless, our John Doe, the last visual contact was Los Santos International Airport, and last known affiliations, which is plural, but only one thing shows up, is El Rubio. And the E and L and the R in Rubio are both capitalized. So this would imply that this is a proper noun. And that is the only thing we had heard from El Rubio. Now, that scene and this surveillance footage was all opened up as a part of the El Rubio dossier, which is sort of like a file or a document or a manifest or something like that. So that's where it ended up coming from. So it looks like the footage we're seeing here is like spy footage, surveillance footage, hidden video that might have been shot on the island itself. So it looks like this is all part of some government agency thing that's going on right now, although I'm not too sure. We'll get more details as we hopefully hear more from Rockstar. Now, El Rubio was not heard or seen from since on the newswire or in the trailer that Rockstar provided. They did not use the word El Rubio once. So this has begged the question, who or what is El Rubio? We're going to be diving into the most likely possibilities in this video today. So for starters, since I'm assuming many of you guys, English is your first language, what does El Rubio translate to? It translates to roughly in English, the blonde. And if you know a little bit about Spanish, you'll know that the El, E-L, that comes before Rubio implies that it is a male pronoun. Now, if you guys are fluent in Spanish or you just understand it better than me, feel free to chime in those comments down below, because I feel like you might be able to give us a better idea on what the actual translation is here. But for the most part, it is the blonde. So I'm going to assume that this is someone's nickname for maybe the hair they have, or maybe it's for another reason. We do know that on the island, we are going after the world's most notorious drug dealer. So maybe blonde stands for something the drug dealer is potentially selling to other people. We don't know. My first thought here is that maybe instead of a he, we're actually dealing with a she. Could we be interacting with a queen pin? That would be exciting. And my first thought was maybe this is somehow Agatha Baker, because like when you think of the nickname the Blonde, like think of any other iconic blonde characters that have just been added into Grand Theft Auto Online. I think you would immediately shift to Miss Agatha Baker. So just something to keep in mind right there. And remember, there is construction that is happening on the Diamond Casino and Resort. That was one of like the first week worth of teases that Rockstar ended up giving out. So maybe she is involved in some way, shape, or form. That is just something to think about. But again, if it was a girl or she or a queen pin we were dealing with here, wouldn't it be La Rubia instead of El Rubio? So again, this is where if you guys do speak and understand Spanish, this might be a bit more helpful. Now, a couple of other things on what El Rubio could be, just going off some basic research. It's actually a region in Spain, and it's also a city in the Dominican Republic. So it's not like Rockstar just made up this word and decided to shove it into the game itself. Like, there's real-life places where you could live in El Rubio, in Europe, in Spain, in the Caribbean, Dominican Republic. So it is definitely a real place. Now, going back to the actual surveillance teaser, one other thing I found to be interesting regarding El Rubio is that under John Doe, they said known affiliations. And I don't know about you, but when like you're affiliated with something, it almost sounds like it's a group or a gang or an organization. And that's the vibe I'm getting right here. Maybe the blonde isn't necessarily a single person. Maybe instead it's a organization or whoever is in charge of the entire island itself. So again, we really will just have to wait and see. But when you think of affiliations, you really do think of like a group, maybe not necessarily like an island or a person. I would assume the island is Cayo Perico because it's the Cayo Perico heist. But again, there's still a lot of details left unknown here that hopefully we hear about soon from Rockstar. Now, a couple of other things that I found interesting about El Rubio is maybe El Rubio is the leader of the cartel that we're going on right here. So on the newswire, Rockstar says that now we have to take on an entire island and infiltrate a remote compound of the world's most notorious drug dealer. So I think that El Rubio is most likely the nickname of the notorious drug dealer that we're going to be dealing with on the actual island. And I also think that the John Doe that was washed up on the shore was potentially an informant for either the U.S. government or El Rubio. And the briefcase that we see probably holds sensitive documents or evidence linking El Rubio to his many crimes. Now, I also don't know if this tells us really anything about the island itself. That's really for another video. But I think that's how all the pieces are getting connected right there. And again, if it's not a single person, I do think El Rubio is either a drug or a crime cartel. And this also might explain why we had Gerald's missions announced earlier in the year. Remember Gerald's last play missions? Really, the theme of those was that his business was taking a downturn. And one of the reasons why Gerald's business might be taking a downturn is because there was another big player, another giant cartel stealing away some of his business. So our characters could be tasked with taking down the cartel by our friends in LS. This could be on both sides of the law. So overall, I think Rockstar's got a really exciting theme here, and it is interesting to see like who actually is El Rubio. A person, a group, an island itself. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. We have not gotten any more information from Rockstar yet. So who do you think is El Rubio in Grand Theft Auto Online with the Cayo Perico heist? Let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below. Would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. Or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Cayo Perico heist videos that I'm going to be doing here on my channel once the update actually arrives. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.